Hey, what's up everyone? This is Faja and we are back today with another production tutorial. So someone recently asked me if I could walk you guys through the process of how I make a speedhouse track. So this is going to be a really good video just for showing the general structure, how I come up with ideas, what order I actually make each element in, and yeah, just the overall process. I'm not going to go super into detail about the actual mixing for each piece. I'll touch on that a little bit, and I'm not going to necessarily refine the individual ideas as much as I usually would, but it's going to give you a pretty good idea of how you can enter making a speedhouse track. So this is probably also going to be a bit of a longer video. I'm going to try to leave it relatively uncut so you can see what things are actually like. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so to start, I'm going to pull up some like kicks. The Speedhouse Movement Family Pack, of course, is pretty good if you're trying to make some speedhouse. So let's see. Like this one. I usually start with the drop. Not always, but usually, and so we'll do that just for now. Put that onto channel 1. I put kick tweak on pretty much every single one of my kicks in like every song. I really like preset number 5. I often use that one. Let's see. Kind of loud. Let's turn that down a little bit. All right, put it to 150. It's kind of important. We usually work from 140 to 150, even 155 for speedhouse sometimes. It's better. Grab some hats. I don't always use these hats, but just for the sake of working fast, we'll do that. Grab one of these claps. Whatever. Channel 2. And I also like to grab like some percussive loops. So I have like Vengeance Essentials Club Loops Volume 1, which is actually pretty solid. This one's pretty good. Throw that in. So see. Now I'm gonna kind of show you guys what I process my drums like. I usually detail the actual EQs and stuff like that over the course of the track. So like I'll do like an early set of processing, and then as this track starts to formulate, I tweak it a bit more, and then I tweak it even a bit more after that. But we'll just do like a little bit of processing here. Where is my fab filter? Why can't I find it? Okay, so I often like to I pretty much throw Soothe on all the time. And I always just, like I said, tweak it throughout the process of the track, but we just kind of do like a little bit of, that sounds decent. That kick needs to be beefed up a bit more. Probably bring these back down a little bit, balance it. The kick should usually be the loudest part of the track. Just gonna EQ these percussive loops, and since the hi-hat's kind of occupying the top end, you can just kind of bring that down a little bit. And then want to make it pop just a bit, so use a bit of OTT. It's good enough for now. Probably tweak it again later. Want to make this hat pop a little bit too. And sometimes I like to give it like just a little bit of a little transient, so it kind of cuts through the mix. So I'll just use this a bit. Transient Shaper is dope. Pretty sure it's actually free plugin too. So it's by Kilohertz. Kilohertz. Okay, let's do that clap now. I use a lot of the same plugins, to be honest, on like everything. And kind of like a similar process. I don't know why I can't find my fab filter in this. Okay, that's fine. Oh, there it is. Transient shaper again. Don't remove. Okay. And then we're gonna go to this. We're gonna go to the hi-hat actually. I like putting on side Q onto elements where I want to boost those highs nicely. So yeah, side Q just sounds really nice. Very, very subtle, but helps. Don't remove. Okay. You guys can ignore that. That's just like the plugin that I'm using to record my sound. Now I think this kick could actually be probably. You know, it's okay for now. So next, I usually like to kind of just add some kind of maybe some groove to it by varying the percussion, maybe doing like some reverses or something. So, you know, we're just gonna kind of mess around, and I usually just throw shit around until it kind of sounds cool, until it feels right, and then I can move to the bass lines. So, you know, starting with the foundation of the track basically is what I'm doing, like focusing on the claps, the kicks, getting that, and then you can really write your bass line a lot easier, I'd say. So let's go like this. How about? Well, let's try that. Okay, good enough. Maybe we'll do maybe some like shots or something. Pull up splice. If it wants to open, that is. Okay. Let's see, maybe like some vocal one shots. Maybe put it at like the end or something. Then maybe throw in like some FX one shots or something, just like a little synth. So yeah, I use these ones a shit ton. I use these on like every track. But that's kind of how you get a sound. You develop a sound by just consistency in certain elements that you love to use. If you listen to any like big artists, you'll notice that. If you listen to Vici, for example, he does like the same techniques on every song, same kind of filtering, same sweeps and crashes. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay. Oh, did I? I press save a lot, by the way. That's why you keep seeing that pop up. Okay, good enough. I'll probably go back and tweak it, but the point is just to kind of get a foundation for you to work on, that you can go back and stuff. So I don't always use Serum, but today we will. And just for sake of working fast, we're gonna try using Alerts Alerts pack. So he has some good basses in here. Okay. Kind of looking for something maybe. That's not bad. Maybe that. pretty good sub, but we're going to use this re-space for now because I think it sounds pretty good. So LFO tool, use that for side chaining all the time. And now bass lines for speed outs are often like pretty simple melodically. And I think the part that adds the really cool, unique aspects to it is kind of how you maybe modulate your bass lines or whatever effects that you kind of throw in. So let's try writing something. Maybe put it up in the key a little bit because it sounds kind of low. So maybe we'll move these one shots into those gaps. That way everything's kind of alternating, and you want things to. I kind of think of it as blocks, and you're filling the sections and alternating the elements. That's kind of one good way to think about it. So you put the one shot in this hole, and then maybe put this one in this hole, and maybe I won't even use this one. So, but we have to probably sidechain these two then. Sidechain most of the elements. Almost all of them, to be honest. So let's just kind of hear what this sounds like. Maybe it'll sound cool. All right, that's not bad. Okay, so it's kind of the bass line. We're gonna go ahead and actually carve out the sub of this, and we're gonna use that sub that I found earlier. So let's go check this out. Yeah, this could be a really good sub. Sidechain this as well. Now, I usually kind of carve my sidechain a little bit more closely to the kick. So like the kick envelope, especially the sub, like the sub you really don't want to have kind of bleed into your kick. So this is going to be what the sub envelope will be like. And maybe I'll actually go ahead and put a LFO tool on the kick just so I can really make it precise. All right, so let's get that sub line in. Let's hear that. Yeah, it's way too low. Now it's just kind of now again, I tweak the EQs quite a bit as I make the track, but I just try to get like the general idea down as fast as I can. And then once I got that, I can be a little bit more precise with things. But overall, this is what stuff kind of looks like in my chains and whatnot. Put a little OTT just to make it a little stronger. We're probably gonna put that sub in mono actually. See what it sounds like with the bass on top. Now this is something that I mentioned that I do in my tracks a lot. So I go frequency of musical notes. And so the root note of this track is F sharp. Pretty sure it's F sharp minor. So I look, okay, 23 hertz is F sharp. So I go ahead and pull up my sub, FX sub filter plugin from Plugin Alliance. I think it's also free. I can't remember, but I got it a long time ago. So I just kind of, yeah, just boost like the proper notes. I find it just sounds better. I don't know. It's just what I do. Okay, let's hear how it sounds like with the kick only, so that we can really balance those elements together. Okay, that's probably good. Okay, now we should probably make that bass sound a little better, a little cooler. So let's process that. Now, sometimes I do parallel compression or, I like a reverb send. For this one, I think it sounds fairly good without it. It sounds fairly fat, so I'm just gonna process it a little bit only on one channel. A little bit of OTT. I'm gonna add side widener on it, which is a really, really good plugin. Widen stuff without adding phasing issues in mono. I like how that sounds. I think it's decent. We're gonna maybe add a bit of side EQ to boost the highs nicely. All right, let's try that out. Okay. I'm just gonna move this to the side. Kind of make a room for like a build. Maybe we'll even do a breakdown in this video. A really quick, easy one. Okay. Add a crash maybe at the start. Yeah, maybe we'll do like a switch up because those are always cool. So maybe we'll do like a donk switch up or something. So let's see. Maybe let's grab a donk from Alerts Pack. He has some good ones. But let's bump that up in the key because oops, it's playing E, so we need to play F sharp. Okay. No, I think it needs a little bit more sub to it. Now, I would probably usually use a synth that has a sub with the same envelope as the bass. So it's like a pluck, kind of. So that kind of tail to it. But we're just going to quickly throw this in for now. Actually, this might be fine, to be honest. So let's see here. Yeah, actually that does work. So just gonna make sure there's not any sub coming from this, or at least not too much. It's kind of good if you can use the same sub throughout the track. That way everything sounds really consistent, I find. Yeah, it just makes things sound, yeah, consistent. Maybe beef up this a little bit. The donk, maybe add some little punch to it. And then maybe, vary the top end on here. So we're going to do like a rave vocal, maybe. Pretty classic. Now, I think this is kind of overdone using this, but we're going to do that anyways, because this is just to show you guys how to make a track, the process. Yeah, if I'm trying to make like an actual tune for myself, I guess, then I'm going to maybe vary things a little bit more. So let's see this. See how this sounds over top. I don't know if this is gonna be in key or not. That might work, I think. Okay, let's see that together. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just copy paste that. I think it will actually bump that up so it's like higher because the bass is occupying that mid and low frequency range, so we're gonna have the vocal sample go onto the top. Okay, there's like, clean that up a bunch, probably add some soothes a little bit higher. So now soothe can actually kind of take sometimes too much out of your, whatever you're putting it on. But I noticed that if you could just kind of add like a subtle little bit, like maybe a little bit less, it's not too bad, honestly. But you have to be careful how you use it. Add like a crash each, so it's like the intro to each new section, it's crashed in, kind of, you know. I think this still might not be in key. Let me hear. Some days my ear is not good. I usually have a very good sense of key, but I don't know what's going on today. But we're just going to leave it. It's whatever. Maybe I think we could use a little bit more, something extra to spicing up the drop. Let's see. Maybe like little vocal samples still would be good. Maybe use this in every track too, to be honest. That's okay. Nah, it's bothering me. Okay, I think it actually was fine before. All right, so put that in. Maybe like another vocal sample. You know, let's go. We'll throw that maybe here.
Let's go!
Yeah, like that.
Let's go! Let's go!
And then put that on a channel. Maybe we'll just like, I use vocal synth sometimes. There's like a, for the chorus, preset's pretty good. It's just, it's kind of, I don't know, makes it sound kind of cool. It sounds different, but clean still. A sidechain it still a bit too, so it bounces as well with the rest of the track. Then maybe something to like break up this section as it transitions, because, you know, you kind of want these little pieces in between each section that just helps it switch up into the next vibe. So okay, let's try that. You know, maybe put that let me put that here. Maybe, let's see, I might have to get rid of some stuff here, just like, so it's a full switch up into it, you know? think it should be.
Fuck! 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 Fuck!
Alright. Okay, let's see. Here's what it sounds like in full context. Oh god, I gotta stop pressing save.
Fuck!
Alright, that's good enough. It's kind of good to add stupid stuff like that sometimes. I think it actually works especially well in like Speed House. Something about it's I don't know why. It just that sounds right.
Fuck!
I don't really like how that kick is sounding actually. I want something a little bit like maybe beefier. Like this is actually the kick from Hoya, so maybe I'll use this one. We'll beef it up the same way I did on Hoya. I think that's good enough for now. Maybe we'll refine it more, but let's go to the breakdown. So, a lot of ways to do breakdowns. I always like doing like ravey shit, maybe some like rave stabs or something. But you know what? Maybe let's find like a cool vocal sample to chop up. So, let's see. I have this acapella from a track I was working on. I'm gonna redo the track, but maybe we'll just use the vocal sample for this for now.
Pop that ass to the floor. Let me see you get down low. Pop that ass, pop that ass.
Maybe this.
Bust it down, percolate. One more time, booty shake.
It's a pretty good sample. We'll just do that for now. Pretty catchy, simple. It's good to find just cool, simple samples like this that, you know, you can easily repeat, sing along to or whatever. Bust it down, percolate. All right, let's go.
Bust it down, percolate. One more time, booty shake. Bust it down, percolate. One more time, booty shake.
It's a bit, I think it's slightly off time, but that's okay. We'll just leave it for now.
Bust it down.
Again, I think, at least for my workflow, one of the most important things is like get the idea down. That way, because that's like the hardest part is like getting your idea formulated. And then once that's down, then you can kind of focus on really refining it and all that stuff. So let's go
Bust
ahead.
it down, percolate. One more time, booty shake. Bust it down, percolate. One more time. Percolate.
And then, you know, like every 4 bars maybe, or every 8 bars, make it like vary in some way. So maybe it's like bust it down,
Percolate.
booty, booty, booty shake or something.
Percolate. Booty, booty, booty shake.
Okay, it's a little choppy there, so let's just fix that real quick.
Percolate. Booty, booty, booty shake. Percolate. Booty, booty, booty shake.
All right, that's cool. Now this bass line, maybe we'll sample like the bass line melody, or reuse it into like, let's see. There's like some like re-spaces that I always like using on, again, pretty much all my tracks, but I use them in different ways. Way too low.
Bust it down, percolate. One more time, booty shake. Bust it down, percolate. One more time, booty shake. Bust it down, percolate. One more time, booty shake. Bust it down, percolate. Booty, booty, booty shake.
Okay, that's cool. Maybe we'll add like a claps and hats here just to make it bouncy, you know?
Bust it down, percolate. One more time, booty shake. Bust it down, percolate. One more time, booty shake. Bust it down, percolate. One more time, booty shake. Bust it down, percolate. Booty, booty, booty shake.
All right, cool. It's not a bad breakdown. And then we're gonna go ahead and maybe throw in some builds or something. So Sometimes I make my own snare builds, to be honest. And you can use like Endless Smile on it, automated to add some effects to it. But we're lazy today, so we're gonna just use some builds. So how about the snare build? Cool. This is a hard techno pack. It's kind of good if you can use like samples from other genres or something. Just kind of makes it sound a little different. All right, let's try that. Yeah, so maybe it's like dun 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 dun, and then maybe you repeat like the first note of yeah. So let's try this. That's where you like bust it down, percolate or something, right there.
One more time, booty shake.
Yeah, or one more time, booty shake. All right, so then here we're gonna just repeat the vocal.
Bust it down, percolate. 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 Bust it down.
Maybe repeat, percolate.
Bust it down, percolate. Bust it down, percolate. Bust it down, percolate. Bust it down, percolate. Percolate, 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 percolate. One more time, booty shake.
All right, cool. Maybe let's mess with this vocal a bit. So, well, there's already effects on it because this is literally like the effect, like it's the process version from the track that I had used it on originally. So we're not gonna mess with that too much, but we will mess with it on the build. I love using Endless Smile because it's just so easy.
Bust it down, percolate. Bust it down, percolate. Bust it down, percolate. Bust it down, percolate. Percolate, percolate, percolate. One more time.
As you can hear, it just turns it into a riser. So let's see.
Percolate. One more time, booty shake. Bust it down, percolate. One more time, booty shake.
And then we probably want to mess with the re-space as well. So I think of like just the build as well, it's like you just have to find ways to slowly minimize the elements. It's like they're being swept slowly. They're you're sweeping the bases out of them. Maybe you're pitching them up. They have to just be modulating into an area where it's less intense than what was being played before it. So I'm gonna be sweeping all the frequencies out of it and sweeping essentially the melody MIDI because it's getting more minimal, and then it drops into the bass, into the drop.
Bust it down, percolate. One more time, booty shake.
All right, yeah, that kind of works.
Bust it down.
Maybe we'll like throw in these one shots or something from the drop into here because I like to like bring elements from other sections into the breakdown or like the drop into the breakdown. That way everything's kind of linked. There's like similarity from each section.
One more time.
That's in the wrong place.
Bust it down, percolate. Booty, booty, booty shake. Bust it.
But here, as it's transitioning to the build, I want something different to happen because it needs to just have something that switches so that it can connect into the build. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's just how I think about it. One thing that I often do is I will use this one clap effects that I really, really love. Yeah.
Bust it down, percolate. Booty, booty, booty. Bust it down, percolate. Bust it down, percolate. Bust it down, percolate. Bust it down, percolate.
And then maybe we'll just add like an impact. Cool, that one works.
Bust it down, percolate. Booty. Bust it down, percolate. Bust it down, percolate.
Now you have to be careful because there's actually like low range frequencies on the bass line here that are playing, and then this impact has a bunch of sub in it. and those are gonna kind of muddy each other up. So maybe use an impact that doesn't have so much of that. This is, yeah, this one just has a bunch of like mid noise on it, so that's fine.
Bust it down, percolate, bust it down, percolate, bust it down, percolate, bust it down.
And then maybe let's use like, maybe it's use like a downlifter or something here. Cool, that works. Good enough. Maybe let's use a riser now. I use that one a lot. Let's use, you know, we're just gonna use alerts pack because why not? All right. Oh, it's already actually on tempo. Don't need to adjust it. Cool, that's kind of how it works. Okay, maybe like add like a little fill here. This is gonna be like a pretty generic speedhouse track, I would say. It's not a super cool one, but it has all the main elements that you need to really make a speedhouse track. I would just probably focus on making things a little bit cooler, maybe the melody cooler, more switch ups, but this is like the foundation essentially, which is what you need to know. So maybe that might work. Fitted tempo. That's playing like a, what note? Oh yeah, so if you're in FL, I do this sometimes where you click on the sampler, you say edit in pitch corrector, and then you just immediately see what note it's playing if you don't feel like figuring it out by ear. So that's playing an E. We need to play F sharp because we are an F sharp rider.
One more time, booty shake.
Let's kind of EQ these claps up a little bit.
One more time, booty shake. One more time, booty shake. One more time, booty shake.
It's actually not bad. It's kind of funny, actually. So maybe this section, actually, this isn't coming out of it. Yeah, you want it to kind of evolve, right? You want things changing. So, you know, at the start, it's like just these two elements, and then it comes in. And I think the let's go part it's fitting. It's like, let's go, and then clap. Yeah, basically that. And you know, you could add in some sweeps. There's always more effects you could add in, but this is pretty much like the foundation of what your build will be like. You have like a snare build, some risers, maybe some sweeps. You don't always need that though. You can even switch things up by having like a different kind of build. Maybe the build is just the vocals pitching up, or there's gates or something. But you know, you need just those evolving elements essentially. Then your pre-drop. I'll cover the breakdown real quick. Yeah, basically you just want something cool. It's it's something dancey. I try to lately. I've been trying to think more about what is something that will sound good on the dance floor. I'll even say myself. I think like the breakdown for Smash, my track on Dimac. I think the breakdown could have been maybe a little bit more club friendly. You want something that's just easy for people to get. Like this is
Bust it down, percolate, one more time, booty shake.
like easy to remember vocal. It has a rhythm that you immediately bounce to, and then the claps and hats come in.
Bust it down, percolate, one more time, booty shake.
Like it's a breakdown, but you could already dance to it if you were in the club. And it's all very short. For me, I try to mix fast, and I don't like things being too long. So I make every section pretty concise. So this is just like if you were to play this on the dance floor, people will get it immediately. They'll vibe to it, and it changes pretty fast, goes into the drop pretty fast. So yeah, just try to make your breakdowns catchy, easy, and think about what it would sound like if you played it in a club. Like, are people gonna be able to understand it easily? Do you have like a long crash down right at the start, and then it just like slowly builds? Well, you might lose the dance floor with that. So and I think speed house especially is obviously club music, obviously dance music. So it's not a more this track at least is a more commercially sounding track. So maybe make it very easy to play at a club. And then the drop essentially, like there's so many different kinds of speed house drops. I would say technically speed house is usually supposed to be longer bass house type of bass lines. And yeah, you think about it by starting with your foundation of your drums, your claps, adding in some little FX here and there. Very easy to dance to, right? Very bouncy. And your bass lines should be catchy. Like they shouldn't be overcomplicated too. I think having overly complicated bass lines in speed house just doesn't make sense. The part that makes a speed house track, I think, kind of unique is where you do like the little switch ups, the little cool vocal samples, little things like this. Having these two, like I love doing like these two sections. I do that in my track Down Low with Oing. I think I do that in another one. I don't remember which one. And yeah, that's really I think what makes like Hoya and Smash cool. It's like they have all these different alternating elements with a catchy but very simple bass line. And if we were to fully structure out the track, I would probably do, a little section here. This would be another 8 bars where maybe here, actually, let's just do it. Let's do that. So I'm going to copy these claps and hats. Crash, crash. And maybe we'll just repeat this donk bass line because it's like, it feels like an outro. This is going to be the section where you might start to mix out your track, But you don't want it to just be like super bare because that's going to sound like shit if you were to play that. So maybe put the breakdown vocal here. Probably want to sidechain it though. It's a lot of sidechaining, but we're just doing this for reference. And then maybe like there's a fill here just to break it up, just the fuck sample again or something. Just like groove this. And then maybe here like you have the risers start to come in like at this section, and that would slowly build out into the second breakdown. Now, I lately have been enjoying just doing like 8-bar breakdown, then straight back into the build, but you can do sometimes 8-bar or 16-bar breakdown with an 8-bar build, this would be where the build comes in, and then you would bring the drop back in around here. So there's no right or wrong way, but if you're going to do a longer breakdown, try to figure out how you can make it really catchy, keep people's attention, because it's a long period of time to have if if people aren't hooked. So why am I telling you this? Well, Structure is extremely important, obviously, especially in dance music, speed house especially, but all dance music really. It's important to really think about how long each section is and how it's going to progress. It is DJ music, so when you're DJing, you're always thinking about the structure of tracks, how long things are playing for, and all that. Me lately, I've been well, actually for the last while, but even more so now. I try to make things as concise and only as long as they need to be. And honestly, it's a lot easier to do it that way because the shorter a track is, the easier it is to keep people's attention. If you're trying to make longer tracks, it's going to be a little bit harder. And for me, I just don't necessarily see a point if we're just doing club music because you're really just supposed to keep people dancing, and people kind of got a short attention span these days. So just keep things to the point, make them catchy, make each point short, but have it be awesome. Like really make each point and section very intentional. So um, I'm still getting better at that, and that's a big focus of mine these days. So just do that as much as you can. So I think that pretty much covers the whole progression, what a speed house track would be like. You would also have your intro for mixing and outro, but I think most of you guys probably know about that if you do make dance music. If you're wondering what the mixing and mastering, I don't do my own. I get House of Panda to do it. It's not one of my focuses. I'm not great with that kind of stuff, and he is really good. So if you need mixing or mastering, be sure just to hit him up. He charges a very fair price for what he does. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the elements of the track. So yeah, if you have any questions, be sure to let me know in the comments. Happy to do any more videos. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.